Hey y'all, we're back on the orange truck today. Sorry I couldn't get it running in the last video for y'all. I got to get better about knowing what stuff I need and all that, so I appreciate y'all cutting me some slack there. Before we do anything, it looks like I'm gonna have to fix this. It's just like yeeted itself off of the negative battery cable. Super funky, it's got some corrosion and whatnot, and we're just gonna put it back into this clip right now. I apologize for the sun and everything too, y'all. Anyway, we're just gonna try to get this back in this terminal. Not a great terminal. Obviously, my old man just found it or reused it. Could have been on here before we got it, I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut some of this back and then clean out in here a little bit and see if we can't get this to at least try to clamp down on this stuff. All right, y'all, we got our negative cable fixed. Put back together. I did go ahead and grab a starter button from Harbor Freight. I know I have one somewhere, but just easier and probably a little better than just tapping that connection. I did get a new rotor for it because we know we broke that one. This tab is way higher, way longer, so surely that's going to help. And then I went ahead and got a distributor cap for it. Because I'm so insanely cheap, I may put the rotor on with the old cap and see if it fires or if something happens, for two reasons. One, to kind of show y'all you might be able to get away with just replacing one part, especially if you're just trying to get something, you know, pasture driving. And two, I'm just insanely cheap. That's another 20 something bucks for that cap. And then you got to, you know, you got a little bit of time swapping out the wires and this and that. Not that that's difficult, but you know, maybe you're lazy like me. No. But anyway, probably not going to put y'all through that again. I may zoom in, I may not. We'll kind of see what looks best, and I will probably just time lapse me putting the rotor in by itself and come back to y'all when we're actually going to try to turn it over with some fuel in it. Okay, got it in. If you might have noticed, I had to flip it around. GM did the very best they could to keep people like me from making mistakes. Square peg here, round peg here. Guess what? Old Brad had them roundabout, square peg, round hole. So, yeah, there's a reason the channel says for entertainment only. Okay, I also found a loose wire underneath the starter. Might be tied to the key switch because my old man was not using a starter button that I'm aware of. So anyway, we may go look into that further. I think now we can get some fuel, put down here, and see if something happens. It'd be great if this got it running. That'd be really cool. So I'll be back with y'all in a second. All right, y'all, let's see what happens. Oh, that's probably too much. Set you over here. All right, let's get our key. Wait, it'd be really cool if that wire was the only thing holding me back from using the actual key. There. This bad boy. Come on, clamp on there. Ooh, there we go. New spring clamp, kind of hard to get it to cooperate. Turn my key on. One more time to check neutral. One more time, y'all. Hold on. I knew it was a neutral, but you gotta check. All right, contact. Let's see what happens. Whoa! Come on now. Come on now, y'all. We were so close last time. Oh man, so here we go. So what you do is you don't break the tab off your rotor. Man, that's awesome. Heck yes, dude. Heck yes. Okay. Let me undo my key. Sorry, I got excited, y'all. Okay, key's not hot anymore. I'm gonna crawl back under there, research real quick on that wire. I'll be willing to bet that's the key switch. And then we know the fuel pump works. Man, we need to rig up a fuel system. Oh man, that's awesome, y'all. Okay, let me get myself together here and let's do this thing. Hold on, y'all. Woohoo! Let's go, y'all. Okay, so right now I've just got a gas tank, one of my 5-gallon jugs on the other side of the truck. We're just going to use the fuel pump to pull up from there because we know that works. And I think we're going to have to mimic my dad's like roundabout here, because the inlet from, or outlet from the fuel pump's right here, and then this line right here, there probably was some nice correct bend. This is probably from another truck or whatever, but it looks like he went out with a filter and back in. These hoses are super brittle and gunky, so I think what I'm going to do is take this off, basically recreate it with a new filter and some new hose, and then we'll get at it. All right. If you're thinking, man, it seemed like a long time to put some fuel line on, you're absolutely right. Fairly certain those are 3/8 lines, and that's 5/16 hose. So much like the square peg round hole that I was doing on the rotor cap, you know, you have to put WD-40 and all kind of stuff to really force over. Still don't really love this one, but I did get it down to a full clamp's worth. And you know, these little carbureted pumps don't run a ton of pressure. I want to say it's between like 6 and 8 psi. So anyway, yeah, so we're gonna give this a shot. Probably pour some more fuel down it. Hopefully it'd be great if it would up and idle. Let's see. I don't know. Oh, that's way too much. I had a lid with a hole poked in it for that, y'all, but I misplaced the lid. So rather than get another water bottle lid that are extremely plentiful, I just keep pouring it down there, you know, the wrong way, you know. All right, this bad boy on here. Yeah. All right. Where's the button? There it is. Let's see what we got, y'all. Maybe it'll idle up and bring some. Oh, that's not great. Here, let's get out of there. A little too close to the header or exhaust for my liking. Flooded? Probably. Not seeing any action from the fuel pump here. Y'all look at that filter and tell me when it fills up. Figured it'd be sputtering by now with the fuel. My key wasn't on, y'all. I found out while I was rummaging around, it seems like the key is hot, but the start doesn't work, the ignition. So maybe that's why it's dying. Yeah, the key wasn't hot, y'all. Okay, it's running off the carb. All right, so running off the carb, but nothing going here. Oh, I don't know, it's got to be 8 foot of fuel hose. So there, yeah, perfect. All right, let's see here. How about now? And it's idling great, but where's my fuel? Okay, maybe that's it. It's like curled, kind of curled against the side. Why are you like this? Let's see here. Maybe? How about now? Because my fear, we know it was pumping the other day. My fear is that it pulled up so much junk from that old line I forgot to disconnect that it's not that it tore up the diaphragm or something. It should have done something by now, y'all. Dag nabbit. Maybe there's a blockage up there. Let's pull, we're doing this all one shot, y'all. We're just gonna see if we can figure out what's happening. And I hate to take this off the pain, but that's okay. Let's see, somewhere a little less dangerous, maybe? That's possible. I got too much gas in this bottle anyway. Dang nabbit. Just trying to see if I can kind of backwards prime this pump. I have a clicky clacky, but I was really hoping this would work. Maybe it needs to run longer. Let's try this. Okay. So now we do have fuel in our filter, but it's only because we added it. Let's see what we got. Man, it starts up good. Curses. Oh, okay, that didn't even all get in the carb. Okay, y'all, I saw a little bit of action here. I also might have messed up on this old pump, and it's not gravity feed, it's actually having to pick fuel up, and it may not be loving that. Okay, here we go. Y'all see that? Oh man, that's still, oh yeah, there's some trash in there. That's okay. Oh my gosh, yeah. Now this is new line and a fresh gas tank. So there's no trash in the line to the pump. What it's spitting out is what's in the pump, which is not great for that diaphragm and everything. And y'all, it's spitting fuel, but either it's a priming issue because the way I've got this set up, or it's got so much junk in it. See, that's still what that gas looks like. Man, maybe I should pump it out, just not even through the filter. I mean, filter's doing its job, but we're gonna pretty much toast it just from the jump. Get over there, come on. Okay. Yeah, that's gross, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of trash in there, y'all. Let's see. Put you where? Nowhere? Okay, good. Just hide up in there. Yeah, between the trash in it and all that, y'all, we may be hooking up a click-a-clack. Dang it, man, it's technically putting out fuel, but I don't think it's enough. I'm gonna let some of this stuff dry up. Plus, y'all been staring at the same spot for 100 years now. I'm gonna let this dry up, this fuel and whatnot, and see what we can't figure out. All right, other than spilling some gas, y'all didn't miss anything. Basically what I did was I put a tiny funnel in my inlet hose, and I was trying to prime the pump manually. And I didn't even realize this would happen, but I lifted the hose up so much, I was gravity feeding it over my head, so it was about 8 foot up. It actually spurted out from where the fuel pump actually comes through. So the bad part is it is just swimming in gas down here. The good news is maybe we got lucky and like flushed out some of the junk. I don't know. Hey, what is happening here? What do I need to do here? This way? Yeah, this way. Okay. See if it'll fill the filter. See, that's above my head. Ow. Bonked it. All right, let's see. I don't know if this is gonna work, y'all. But we gotta kill some time anyway because the engine block is just soaked in gas. That's all right. I'm sure we lost some of the prime. Let's see what we got here. Maybe. So this is one of those 16-ounce bottles of water. I don't know if y'all can see, but we're filling up the filter. So that's probably all we can get out of a gravity feed. That's pretty darn good, I think. Let's do, can you sit somewhere and behave? Maybe? Okay. Okay, y'all. Now the goal that is primed is going to be to see if it can pull this fuel from the ground here. I wish I could put it up on something to help it out, but I just can't. It's too big of a can. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. All right. Okay, down in the can. Keys on inside. Now we got juice. Well, yeah, let's splash it. I don't want to take too much of that pump's mobility. So we might see some trash in here. I don't know. Let's see, y'all. That looks good back there. Oh, we got a leak in our filter. What? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Nonsense, I tell you. Look at that. Do all this work and the filter's leaking. All right, let's see if the key cuts it off. Okay, y'all, that's awesome that the fuel pump primed. I also forgot how rowdy this thing sounds. I mean, it is country come to town. Man, what a bummer, dude. Okay, well, I'm gonna dry up some of this gas, replace this filter, and then we're gonna figure out hopefully a better fuel system that it can run on. Don't think I have enough hose to go all the way to the back. I'll be back with y'all. This is still exciting stuff, y'all. Hope you're having fun. I know I am. So I checked all the fluids. It's been idling for a minute and definitely needs a quart of oil. We added some water to the super gross antifreeze that surely needs to be drained. It's the same color as the inside of the truck. It's like rusty brown. So that's, you know, that's not great. So we're gonna throw some dollar store power steering fluid in it and dollar store 40 weight, because that's what I found. It's not even, oh yeah, it is SE. Okay. Doesn't say non-detergent, but you know, whatever. I don't know about y'all, but I've got a couple of dollar stores that I go to for chemicals and for like consumables, you know. The downside is a lot of them have limits, like you can't buy 10 brake cleans, you know. But if you can buy one for $2, to me, it's going to get used anyway. So it's better than paying $5 or $6. And I don't know, if y'all aren't doing that, maybe check into that. This cord in here, man, this is some thick stuff. I don't know why I would have got 40 weight other than it was just there. Maybe for like chainsaw or something? I don't know. They take 30, but you know, the old timers are always like the thicker the better, you know. Not saying that's right, but that's kind of what I was raised up to. Yep. Oh, dang it. Didn't make it into the mule. Or Kubota. I keep saying mule, people are going to think it's a Kawasaki. It's not. It's Kubota RTV. Let's see. Let's get the old power steering fluid. I don't even think it was on the stick. No, it's not. What we got down there? Oh, yeah, there's a cap. Get out of there. Come on. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh, okay, I can see it. That's not too bad. Can I? Oh man. I guess we're going full bottle? Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, it's like gurgling. Well, I brought one bottle from the shed. Maybe that was a mistake. See if we can at least get on the dipstick. Okay, that would be add is down here. Full cold is up here. And I actually hear it like burping. That is red. Definitely, my old man definitely put transmission fluid in there. That's an OG thing too. A lot of the old timers put transmission fluid in here. Better than nothing. Yeah, it needs about a half bottle probably. And again, so I'll do that. I did check the brake fluid, forgot to film that, but it actually is full of brake fluid. I don't know if it's because they don't work and my old man was just gearing it down because it's a standard. I don't know. But it's been idling and running so good. I think what I'm gonna do is run a starter button into the cab. Man, like I've told y'all, I'm really not your go-to source for wiring, but I think I can show y'all how to correctly do these single wire switches. We're basically gonna go down to the start solenoid. We're gonna put a terminal on that, unscrew and screw that back on there, and it is tight down there. And then we'll run our wire, I guess maybe along the frame rail and then come up here. I'm not sure because that's awful hot down in there along the exhaust manifold. But we want to get up in here, probably to that hole in the firewall, kind of next to the brake booster there, and then get inside and put a momentary push button switch. So let me get y'all resituated. Actually, I might have to charge y'all. Y'all are getting tired over here. Yeah, let me do that, get some stuff laid out, and then we'll come back when we're working on that switch. All right, y'all? All right, y'all didn't miss anything. Just took me way too long to wire up this switch. I just got a universal push button starter switch. And man, I'm real hesitant to try and quote unquote explain electrical to y'all, but maybe with this switch, take this with a grain of salt. But anyway, all we're doing with this switch is interrupting power. So we've got this wire going in the firewall and around to our starter post, the S post on our starter solenoid. Just like we did with our push button that we went straight to the battery. Instead of having this switch get 12 volts all the time, I found a spot up here in the fuse box. Sorry, y'all. You probably can't read it, but it's where that red wire is in the middle, and it says IGN for ignition. I tested it with my multimeter, and turns out it only gets power when the key is hot. So it's a keyed hot, which is good, because we don't want to just be shooting juice all through this all the time, you know. I need to add a fuse in between the wire and the switch. There needs to be a fusible link. Y'all don't do this without a fusible link. This is a you know, let's try to get this thing going today. Let's try to make a funny video. Hopefully the truck doesn't burn down or whatever. It's not gonna have a battery in it, etc. But like I say, y'all do the right thing and put a fuse on this thing. That way power can be stopped and blown by a fuse if something gets too much. Because this is a 20 amp, 12 volt, 20 amp button. And if more were to go through it, it might short out or catch fire or whatever. So anyway, think we've got it run right. I'm gonna try to figure out maybe how to set y'all up, and then let's test it. Oh, we're gonna put it right here to the left side underneath the column. That way, if I need to pump the gas or something, I'm not hitting it with my right arm and hitting my own hand and whatnot. So yeah, let's put this in there and give it a shot. So I'm not sure if I explained really why we went ignition button. So it looks like the hot, so key on, works in this tumbler, but the start didn't work. And also you can try to remove the key, and that doesn't work either. So it will lock and turn on. You can kind of hear it if I'll shut up. So it can let power through, but it can't start. Obviously the right choice is to put another ignition cylinder in here. If this truck was ever destined for more than this back pasture, then we may do that. But I think for our purposes, with starter button is gonna be okay. We can always disconnect the battery, like etc, etc. So anyway, just didn't know if I actually explained that the ignition cylinder is broken in some way. But I did like that it let us key hot, because we get to turn it on and off with the ignition. And like our button only has 12 volts when we have the key on, so it won't be a constant draw even if you left the battery hooked up or whatnot. So anyway, that's just kind of what the deal was there. Okay, let me tell y'all the plan before I get to shaky cam. The plan is to try to start it with the starter button and just try to limp it along with our OSHA approved 1 gallon container, basically into the shade. It's getting hot out here, y'all. So let's see, first of all, if this does anything. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what, y'all? You got to hook up the battery to get power. Okay, battery's hooked up. Let's try this again. Oh, that's not even focused. Y'all probably can't even see that. Oh, okay. It works. You gonna idle? Okay. Y'all, I do not have the skills or the camera hookup to drive this angry rascal the 30 yards I need to drive it without turning y'all off. So I'll be back. We will figure out a way though for y'all to ride with me. Woo! Made it to the shade, y'all. Oh man, it is getting hot out here. Oh, there she goes. Yeah, I'm sure carb, accelerator pump, etc. But hey man, it moved. Tires held there from last time, so that's awesome. Okay, let's see what else we got going on here. Can I one-hand granny gear it? No, there we go, there we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, sweet. Oh, don't hit that. Whew, okay, moving under our own power. That's good. Back to the shade. Oh, watch out now. Okay, y'all, this probably isn't gonna be very exciting to watch because I can really only kind of keep it going in granny or first. But I did want to show y'all that at least we got this thing moving, and I accidentally hit the brakes and the brakes work. So I'll see if we can at least make a lap, let y'all see this thing move. Goodness, that thing's a handful. That if y'all noticed, that shift we had was really just from granny to first, so not a great showing. I've got about 20 pounds in each tire. It's super light in the back, super slick, old rock hard tires. But man, this thing is okay. It's okay. Starting it reliably. I mean, it starts reliably. Buttons working. That's good. So yeah, man, that's pretty awesome. We need to tear off that bed and maybe put something new on that bed. Let's maybe think about doing that. So I took those tires off, put them down in an old trailer, and you can see where they were. They were just rotting through, but I think this was like, I don't know if this was wafer board or just like 1/4 inch or something plywood. Couldn't have been that thick because he only has that much gap that he was sliding it up into. But I don't know, maybe we do some measurements and lay some wood out on this thing. See what may or may not fit in here. Might be kind of cool to have some kind of bed on it. It has 0 weight whatsoever. Like these tires are just rock hard too. The front ones have a hilarious name. It's like Super Truck or something. I don't know what this is. They are the Samfrick. I don't know, it's upside down. Like I was saying earlier, door off of 73. That was a higher trim model than this one. I believe this is a seat that came in it. We put the trim panel or insert or whatever you call that on the stock. You can tell this truck was like an orangey red. That's what's in here now. Yeah, we can clean out the interior a little bit, and I don't know. I mean, it's really just going to be a farm romper, but it might be good to get some good used tires that, you know, actually flex and aren't just like 4 rocks on the ground. But yeah, let's see what we look at next, y'all. All right, y'all, I found these off of a Ford. Looks like they're 8 by 6.5, so 8 lugs. 6.5 inches between the center of each hole, like diagonally or across the circle. Looks like the inside circle is too big, which might affect the lugs, because even though they look like they're 6.5, if the inside hole's too big, it may not fit. So since I don't know if this is gonna fit, we're just gonna give it a shot and see what happens. Yeah, sadly, that's definitely going to be a problem. I want to say it's 4.5 inch size circle for that Chevy rear end, and I think it was maybe, was it 5? Might have even been 5.5. It was much bigger, but I thought, you know, I got these laying around, what the heck not. Sometimes, I mean, the numbers didn't lie, right? But sometimes for me, sometimes I just got to see it, you know. All right, well, that's a bummer. Kind of expected it, honestly, but you know, you can always hope. We're gonna slap that old one on there and then probably start looking on the old marketplace or on the interwebs. All right, y'all, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna be able to put my gloves on and just peel this stuff off, and then I'm gonna put it on this old trailer, because the way to get to the dump where we can throw it away is too short for the truck. I'm afraid it'll hit this tree that got knocked down. So anyway, let's go ahead and get that part done, and maybe we can look at putting something else in there. That's kind of cool, actually, just seeing this big open space here. I gotta tell y'all, my old man was a fabricator for sure. He was a welder, mechanic, whatnot. But y'all check out this chain right here along this cross brace, and it goes right into the where the leaf springs go. So that's a pretty stout piece. He ran that chain all the way back here. I'm gonna get y'all down here. Yeah, there you go. To this other cross brace where he put a piece of flat bar that connected to this ball back here. So it's actually underneath here, you can see it. So he's got those pieces of flat going all the way back, and I'm hooked to that chain, and that's going to give it some more tension, kind of make it just that much stronger. So we got bolts right here that we can loosen to get these pieces of board out. The rest of it just fell apart, kind of crazy. So we'll get those loosened up, and then we'll pull this stuff out of here. So this is pretty cool. I flipped that angle iron over, so my dad had it where you couldn't see the white, it had been painted, and that made that small, you can kind of tell, well, maybe you tell it was painted, that made that small little gap that the plywood could slip into. I thought, man, if I flip that, a 2x4, 2x6 or whatever might fit in there, and I'll be danged, it does. Now, this is the wrong kind of wood to use for a bed. It's old cedar that I had torn down from, like, I tore down a pergola, deck pergola kind of thing. It's too soft and whatnot, but it helped me figure out my my 2x4 over there is pretty good. Y'all can see the just completely rowdy straight duals, no mufflers, nothing, just straight pipe all the way back to there. That gas tank was an old air compressor that my dad cleaned out. He strapped to with chain, added a filler neck and whatnot, and this is what he ran the truck off of. So we may try to clean that out another day, not today. And I definitely don't have enough 2x4s to fill this, but I wanted to show y'all. That looks like kind of a cool project. So y'all, we got roughly 6 foot 1 inch left to right, 73 inches, and 96 inches 8 foot. We got about 94 inches. So we'd have to cut about 2 inches off the back side of either plywood or 2x4s. 2x4s being 3.5 inches, we need, what is that, 20 or 21 2x4s, or a sheet and a half of plywood, because 4x8, 2 more feet to make 6 foot. Basically, we'd have a 1/2 inch on each side to wiggle with. and I could get some 5/8. Maybe I think this does look, maybe this isn't wafer board. I mean, I'm not a carpenter for sure, but I could get like a womanized and treated pieces of plywood. That might help. We might do that. It'd definitely be the easiest and have the least amount of gaps between them. But yeah, 21 2x4s at $5 a piece, you know, that's $100. But a piece of pressure treated womanized plywood is about $50 too. So you got to buy both sheets whether they cut them for you or not. So I don't know, it's gonna be an interesting little project, I think, though, y'all. Well, it's always nice when you can drive one back to its parking spot instead of pushing it, pulling it around. Really glad we're able to get like a 1 and 2. I'll try my best to get these put together if I do any more of these willet runs. But yeah, I got it going today. Drove around a little bit. It is atrocious. It bounces like you wouldn't believe between the lightness of the rear end, the stiffness of the suspension, and the just cement hardness of the tires. Just not a great combo for handling or whatnot, or comfort. But anyway, really glad this thing's moving. It's stopping. It's got brakes. That's awesome. Starts good. Carb may need to be gone through. I may try to cheat and just run some fuel cleaner through it, see if we luck out there. But let me know what y'all think, y'all. Let me know if y'all like this one. Do y'all like this truck? Should we do something to it? I do plan on putting a bed on it of some kind and some kind of wheels and tires. They may have to be real skinny like the old ones, but I mean, these really are just round cement rings. And the front rims even have Widowmakers on them, the old style split ring. So really nobody will work on those except for like a big truck shop, you know, it does 18-wheelers and stuff usually. But anyway, man, had a blast today. It was hot as a firecracker, but that's all right. That's all right. That's Texas. Anyway, thank y'all. I'm gonna shut up. I just want to say how much I appreciate y'all liking and sharing and subscribing and telling your friends. And I hope you're really enjoying this ride, because I know I am. Well, we'll see what we can get into next week. Appreciate y'all watching. Thanks again. Y'all make it be rad.